tower of strength within and without. I am a tower of strength within. Woo! I am a tower of strength within and without.
The social isolation in itself has decreased, and when you get people out of their houses and they come into a setting where they feel safe, where they feel that learning can take place but not too formal, but at the same time engaging, what then develop is the other opportunities around them. I think the Wellbeing Centre coming to Disability Stockport has actually really opened our way of thinking as well, in terms of allowing us to actually engage with people that necessarily we might not engage with. So it's bring a whole new dimension into the family of disability Stockport.
We've been able to get the groups to use the support services. So we've got the Centre for Independent Living, we've got Primus Club, lots of other works, other organisations who work alongside us, like counselling, the Nexus Community Group, lots of employment services and things like that, who are based here, but have been able to integrate and use them as a resource. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for people now.
Oh, we're going to the hooky log, hooky, 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 hooky log.
I arrive earliest in the morning because I feel that part of it, if you make people feel welcome when they're coming in, and although my memory is not so clever, I try to know every single person's name, and that makes a difference. I've always worked on the basis of treating everybody just normally, and it's worked, but it's like a big happy family, ups and downs and all sorts, but fantastic place.
I am a tower of strength within and without. I am a tower of strength within.
I was quite fearful that the groups wouldn't carry on, but I was very pleased that they kept them on the same days at the same time, so people still had structure in their life. So I like singing as well. Couldn't live without it.
For me, it's important for me to come and sing, because for me, singing is very spiritual, and I just need that in my life to kind of appreciate what I've got, you know, and I've been through quite a tough time lately. My husband died nearly 2 years ago. He had cancer, and I was like his carer, and I wasn't able to come very much at that time, because in the end he was, you know, he was housebound. So I think for me now it's just somewhere to come where I can sing, see people that I like, that I enjoy their company, but also singing songs sometimes just move me to tears, you know. And for me, I think that's the importance of it at the moment. To have somewhere that I can just, you know, be safe to cry if I want to.
When I'm singing powerful songs, it lifts everyone up that are feeling anxious, and we're all together. I've made new friends, and I've still got my older friends. So there's still some original members left.
I just wanted to take it that bit further. So I now sing at Gorton Monastery.
I hope to partake in some future concerts, because since having a job, I've not been able to come as much, but I want to come back regularly to the groups.
So you're working now?
Yeah, excellent job at cancer research.
Brilliant. That's really good news. Fantastic. Thanks.
Welcome.
Again, just really sort of friendly. If you need advice, you can turn to one of the other members or groups and say, I'm struggling with a such and such form, and they'll say, oh, we can do that for you. So there's a bit of using other people's knowledge, and they say, well, we need some help because this has happened to us or a family member. And what the powerful thing is, it works.
It's just for everybody, even me, it's just getting out and doing something.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. If they ask about it, come along and find out.
We put the will to rights as well, don't we?
Oh, we do put the will to rights,
our opinions on television.
Poor men in this room. So it used to be just sort of incorporated within a coffee morning, and then it sort of became the knitting group, and that was it. Yeah.
I enjoy knitting. I have a laugh. I'm happy, and I love it. I love the people. I love my friends. I find it helps a lot.
We knit for good causes.
Yeah.
We're helping other people.
Who do you knit for?
Babies.
The prem babies.
Homeless, the elderly, the homeless.
Everybody.
Neonatal.
And these, who are these for? What are these? Fidget sleeves or whatever they
Oh
call
yes,
them.
patients with dementia,
dementia.
twiddle mitts for ladies with dementia and gentlemen with dementia.
I come because I have mental health problems, and it does me good to get out. I'm learning new skills. If I was at home, I might go back to bed, or nothing motivation whatsoever. But coming out, I'm motivated. So I look forward to my Tuesdays.
A year ago, next week, I had a heart attack.
Oh God.
And before that happened, I was a volunteer here, there and everywhere around Stockport. Wealthy House and homeless and things like that. And Janice and I really only just said, we live in the same flats. Janice is with her husband. I know Janice isn't a well lady, and I said, hi Janice, are you okay? That's all we ever do, until a few days ago, wasn't it? And this is the first time, I've been out all the time, don't get me wrong, but it's the first time I've joined in a group since I've been ill, because I have been poorly. But I feel okay now, But again, it's the first time in over a year that I've joined in, if you like, instead of being that volunteer. Janice, I don't know whether she thought like that, but I did. Actually, since walking in here, I thought it's strange this. It's normally me taking over, but now it's me joining in. And it's been good. I bring myself to tears now. Thank you, Janice.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's nice, thank you.
As running the group, I know I get so much support from Disability Stockport. Really good support. I know if I need it, it's just outside that door. So
it gives us a space to come that enables us to address any issues we have, and we just seem to allow each other to be ourselves when we're here, which is really nice.
You don't feel alone. You know, as you walk through these doors, we might all have different mental health problems and different ways of coping and having triggers, but you're not alone. And we don't have to actually say to each other, like, I don't say, hi, I'm Emma, I'm bipolar. We just know, we get it, and we all just fit in and embrace each other.
Yeah.
we started with 19 groups. However, in a year or a year and a half, we're talking about 27 groups. And we've only just started in January. We've got 2 new groups starting again. And one of them is dear to my heart, and it's a self-harm support group. And so it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's growing all the time, and it's purposeful.
It's like seeding the groups so that they become resources in their own right and they become more independent. It takes a little time to develop that. It's taken us over a year to get to where we are now, but we're very confident that the next stage, those groups will continue to grow and thrive. And it's like when someone comes in and we can start right at the bottom. If they're homeless, they need benefits advice, they need food bank, they need, all those very basic things to live. So when they start to become more independent, more resourceful, more resilient, and then want more opportunities.
The other initiative is the Community Super Initiative, and that is just bringing people together and let people develop themselves in terms of their own ideas, and we support that in making it come to life. And that helps them to develop their own groups and create some funding using their own initiative and supporting each other.
I'm reasonably confident that the vast majority would see that actually not only has it met their needs, but actually it's probably given them more opportunities for the future and more resources in way and more contact and more networking opportunities. It's opened them up a bit, I think, to new ideas.
I just want to introduce you to Sam. The gentleman that we've been working would prefer his thank you to be presented by one of my colleagues, Sam, and he'll read you the short thank you now on behalf of the gent. Thank you.
So, thank you. Being naturally reluctant to admit that over the last 10 weeks my life has somewhat come together. After being assisted through the opening welcome doors of Disability Stockport, 4 wonderful people / members of staff took me in using their time out of work hours on a few occasions for the help of a stranger with a cloudy brain anxiety, meltdown, total meltdown, with a nervous exhaustion closer to the autism spectrum. 10 weeks later, as life seems to be holding together, I just want to share my sentiment and say, I love you all. Sarah, Melissa, Adele and Matthew. Where would I be without your guidance today? Just hoping I can recover in the next few months and appreciate these good people in the world, knowing that they have helped me on the road to recovery and turn my life around.